Will I try out Elena next week? It's a good question, Itzy. Here's the thing, all right? I've been having so much fun playing retro fighting games, right? If you look at all the fighting games that I've played in the last year, I played a lot of Street Fighter 6. Every time I play that game, I get frustrated. I hate the pattern play. I hate the fact that people just sit there in fucking training mode practicing 90% combos, that the game is based on one hit, pushing someone to the corner, and then guessing game for the rest of the game. Nothing about the game is really appealing to me anymore because I grew up at the time when fighting games were actually fucking good. All right? And I'm standing on a soapbox right now. All right? I know I am saying this. I know a lot of people don't agree with me making this statement. Okay? But the truth is that modern fighting games are too easy to play, not challenging enough, don't require enough of a skill cap to really play well. And it just becomes how many people just sat there ad nauseum practicing the same combos over and over, rather than the people who have an intelligent, brain cell.
That is without a doubt the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You are a fucking idiot.
It's lame. Back in the day, you needed an incredible amount of game knowledge. You needed reaction time. You needed execution. You needed to know about what's a footsie, or what the hell, spacing, right? Oh my God, zoning, right? Reacting to an anti-air. It's just funny because almost no one can do that shit anymore. Instead, it's all about, I'm just going to fish for one hit, get the one hit, push the opponent to the corner, and I'll just guess for the rest of the round, and that's the whole game. That's not a fighting game. That's one pattern. That's like a pattern recognition game is what it is. That's not what a fighting game was ever meant to be. It actually took so much more skill back in the day to play fighting games competitively than it does today, that I watch and play and I get bored to tears. Like I said, I watched one single match from Combo Breaker. I nearly fell the fuck asleep and I closed the stream and I never will watch it again. Like, I just can't stand it. That's what they've done with modern fighting games. They dumb them down to the point where they're just not fun anymore for anyone who knows better, okay? Now, you'll never hear that from the mainstream FGC because they're either ignorant, meaning they never played the good ones from back in the day, or they need the FGC to survive to make money. The figureheads, the big guys from back in the day who are still part of the community, and they won't ever criticize modern Street Fighter because they can't, because if they do and they say it sucks, guess what happens? Oh, the views dip. The money train dries up, and now they have nothing to do because they'd have to get real jobs. Okay? So, that's why I don't really like Street Fighter 6 anymore. I still think it's better than Street Fighter 5. I actually do believe the game is better than Street Fighter 5, okay? But I just don't think it's a very good game anymore. That first year, it was great. The second year has been ass, and it's just getting worse. So, when you say, well, you're going to play Elena in Street Fighter 6. Well, listen, here's what will happen. Elena will come out. For 2 days, she'll be interesting. And then everyone will know everything about her because the entire internet will spoil the character, put the meta up for her, and then she won't matter anymore. This game will have a major rebalance next week where all the characters are supposed to be tweaked and everything. All that information will be on the internet within 24 hours. Everything will be spoiled. And within 1 week, the game will be boring again. The FGC are a bunch of fucking idiots for this. They don't understand that spoiling everything in a fighting game takes away that whole time of discovery that's the most fun part of fighting games, right? Right now, I'm playing Capcom vs. SNK 2. This is a new edition. It's called EO Edition. This was never played competitively online ever. So right now, there's a whole era of discovery for this game that's very fun and exciting. If everyone knew everything about all the changes of the game and it was on the internet in 10 minutes, then the game wouldn't be fun. You see? But that's what the fighting game community doesn't understand. They grew up in an era of instant gratification. Everything you want at your fingertips. You don't have to earn anything. You don't have to learn anything. You just steal everything. That's what they've grown up in. It's pathetic. It's a fucking brat mentality, quite frankly. Because when you call it out and say, why are you spoiling fighting games? You're taking away the fun. What do you mean? No. I would. Well, then, so you suck. So what you're admitting is you suck. You couldn't just play the game and learn for yourself. You need everyone else to hand spoon feed you how to play the game so that you can just sit in training mode and copy it. And then you go online and you get wins and you think that you've earned anything. You've earned nothing. You're a fucking thief. And that's modern fighting games in a nutshell. Okay? So, right now, playing the Capcom Fighting Collection 2, CVS 2 notably, I'm having way more fun than I've had playing Street Fighter 6 in the last year. So right now, that's what I would actually like to focus on. Now, I'm not saying that I will never go back to Street Fighter 6, but to be honest, I don't even think Street Fighter 6 is that interesting to anyone in my audience anymore. The game is 2 years old, right? It's the same old shit. Every time we play, it's the same old shit. Really. The same Cammy gameplay, the same Luke gameplay, the same. It's never changing. So because of that, it stops being fun when everyone's identical, right? The last few Street Fighter streams I did not do well. So I'm not really that excited to play Street Fighter 6 and Elena. I might. Like, if I can't get a Switch 2 and we end up having nothing to do that day, maybe I'll do it, all right? But right now, things are kind of up in the air. I guess we'll find out, all right? I don't know. Maybe I'll just fucking play classic fighting games all day instead. I don't know. But right now, I'm just not too into Street Fighter 6.
You got some idiot named DSP who's a total piece of shit, by the way. I like to get that on YouTube, but